New metal legends, Korn, have been on the musical scene now for 22 years. Their first album came out in 1994, we are now in 2016, so 22 years. And this year they have a new album out. And they've just released the first single from said album, Rotting in Vain. The single's called Rotting in Vain, not the album. Let's just clear that up. Clear that up now. So this is the Korn, Rotting in Vain track review. So I'm guessing if you're watching this, you're a fan of Korn anyway. So I won't go through the 22 years of history, the problems with former guitarist and now guitarist, because he left and rejoined the band, Brian Welsh, and the bizarreness that is what happened with former drummer David Silvera. But the thing with Brian Head Welsh was important to the sound of the band, in my opinion. People will say, oh no it's not, but no, yes it is important, and I'll explain why in this track review. So it's been 3 years since their last album, which was Head's Return album, and compared to Korn's Untitled album, which was released 9 years ago, the See on the Other Side album, which was released 11 years ago, and the Path to Totality, which was released 5 years ago, this single is a lot more classic sounding Korn. The 3 last albums I mentioned were very experimental, especially the Untitled album, which I think it's been dubbed Korn 2. But that for me was experimental for Korn. This song, and we're using this as a teaser and a taster for the rest of this album, Korn have not experimented. They've gone back to what they've known from their heyday. Somebody once said to me, Korn were a 90s thing. Yes and no at the same time. Yes, they were massive in the 90s, but they were also massive in the noughties. And their Issues album and their Untouchables album both came out in the noughties and the late 90s. Granted, it's not as influential as Follow the Leader, but from Follow the Leader to Untouchables, that is the Korn golden period. And this single sounds like it comes from that period. And this is why I say Head has an influence on this. After the follow-up to Untouchables, Take a Look in the Mirror, Head had left. Then their sound changed. So Head must have had something on the heaviness side of Korn. And this song is heavy classic Korn. You cannot deny this is one of those songs that have influenced Limp Bizkit, Taproot, Stain, possibly the Lost Prophets. If you took this song and moved it back 15 years or so, maybe a bit more, you would hear that song in the bands I just mentioned, so typically classic Korn. While other bands have evolved, mainly Linkin Park, Deftones, Crazy Town to a bit, because Crazy Town kind of got heavier from their original very rap slash punk influences. Korn have done that and gone back full circle. I cannot stress how much this sounds like old Korn. Let's go on to, is it a good song? First few times of hearing this, I wasn't that impressed. I'll openly admit I wasn't that impressed with this song. But when I was listening to it through one headphone and the guitars were louder than the vocals, you put it onto a full set, and all the sounds blend in brilliantly. The guitar riffs, despite being classic, kind of sound fresh. That classic Korn sound, but it sounds fresh. It sounds like it's from the 90s
with a twist for this time.
Jonathan Davis's vocals, not the best of his I've heard, I'll admit this, but the shouting at the end of each chorus actually adds emphasis onto the song. Davis actually goes back to scatting on this. This is one of these things that Korn seem to do really well. Jonathan Davis's vocal scats. And you'll hear this on Twist from Life is Peachy. Freak on a Leash from Follow the Leader. And it's worked to a brilliant effect. And this, I think this has been worked to its ultimate effect here. I think the bit where it starts on this is the best part of the song. This is so much of a better scat than the Follow the Freak on a Leash scat, which people have hailed for years. All in all, is it Korn's best song? No. Not in my opinion. There'll be people who probably disagree with me and say yes, this is the best song for a while, because A, B, C, and bring out It's Not got Screw Lights on it. For me, it's not the best one. This is not Did My Time from Taking It in the Mirror. This is not the songs from this is not Faultless from The Untouchables. This is not Tearjerker from See You on the Other Side. But this is one of good songs. This is a really good song. But the song is a grower. It will grow, and you probably won't like it at first. I know a lot of people have heard it and they've really liked it from the go. But for me, this is a grower. The more you listen to this, the more you like it. I think this is really the song for hardcore Korn fans who are in their late 20s. No, actually early to mid 20s, up to 40. The ones who have grown up with Korn for a while. So those are my thoughts on the new Korn single, Rockin' in Vain. Thumbs up, like, comment, review, subscribe, and all that. Thank you, and I'll see you next.